Lebayev, the captain. He's on the ball. And Ragnar Rump. Is set. Looks like it's going to be the big shot straight away. I was told by players tend to set themselves. Well, they scored straight from kickoff yesterday, so if it worked then, why change it? There we go. And it's the same as yesterday, it was a little roll. And then the shots. This time, Kalle, I'm sure watched the video as well behind it. Zraku. Lebayev. Well, Kalle's had to move twice now, wants to stop it, wants just to make sure it was going wide. Puts the ball up, didn't touch his foot though, so he gets away with that. Skin. Jakobsen, top scorer on 4 goals. Bit of defensive work there. This is his fair share actually. They scored from distance yesterday. And I tell you what, they need to be closer there really than allowing him to get a shot in. Lebayev. Play's just stopped for a second. Got the goalkeeper there, just the bounce. He followed it through and as you can see, took a mouthful of post and net. Thumbs up. It's okay. We had one player yesterday with concussion. Somebody in the Sorensen who was clash of heads in the match against Serbia. And that was him done. He was quite concussed actually. The doctors check him out. He was vomiting a few times, so it was obviously a bad knock to the head, but he seems to be okay today and is going to feature, they say. Lebayev puts inside, left foot, just wide. Well, Kalle twice now. Speed of the shot has beaten him, but looking up for him, it's been wide. Salverson, star man yesterday for Norway, former US college player, a tough competitor. Salverson cuts in, but just can't get the ball moving on the sand. There's the shot, there is the goal! Brilliantly done! And the man who has just arrived with the team, well, he announces his arrival in style. Tom Rune Sorensen sends you to his friends and sends you on the back of his shirt. Has put Norway a goal up. Well, he is part of the reason why they were confident in this game today. It's that extra body that they were lacking yesterday. 2 players out yesterday. One with the head injury we just mentioned, and then him, of course. Just those extra bodies on the pitch, and when they can score like that, it's so useful. So Estonia, again, they like to roll it flat on these kickoffs. Interesting to see if they will stick with that. They do. And stuff, he is there. We'll have the shots. There's the shot and it's wide. Kalle. Looping throw over to Lee. Good overhead kick, just no power. Had the direction though. He needs to be closed there. Too much time and space and not a good shot in the end. Second bite, is it there? It is. Well, that looked like handball. Well, not only did it look like handball, it's been given as handball. Incredulous look on the Norway team's face. Kristoffersen. He gets himself a yellow card for that. Well, his arms were up. I don't think he intentionally did it, but his arms were up in the air. And it was a decent save, actually. So Evan Stuff will take the penalty. Kalle in goal when he goal for the penalty shootout yesterday. Didn't end up saving anyone, hit the post, ended up being the winner for them. Ball coached by trade. Whether he believed between 141 and 146 appearances for his national team, Kalle. Will that experience count now? Well, again, he's been saved by, this time, the bar. Yesterday, it was the post. We said it would work, but it's made of aluminium, as you can probably tell by the sound it made. So, still Norway 1, Estonia 0. Lee. Looks like he might disturb some rowers in the river behind us there with that shot. There's a penalty again and plenty of power. Just needs to be 6 inches lower. Palm. Well, there's some intention there. I'm not sure the movement in front of him was quite what was needed. I'm sure Giadsti, he had the idea of what he wanted to do there. Kristoffersen. Oh, well, that is literally, again, inches away. Shots we've seen today have plenty of power. Just not the accuracy. Again. Strong defender. Personal trainer by trade. Most popular profession amongst beach soccer players, by the way. Virtually every team's got one. Mayog. Oh, it's a good save by Cali. Got down really well there. Punches the air. Enjoying that. Hit with some venom, that shot. Down really well, the goalkeeper there. There's the header. Ragnar Umbraku. Well, yesterday seemed to come off his head for one of the goals. It's not been given to him, though. It was literally off that tongue knot, you see. Fincher close after this goal. Haraku. Kala now. The ball out to Jakobsen. Jakobsen back to his goalkeeper. Jakobsen forward quickly. Not a good touch by Mohan Hansen. Mirabayev. More speculative than anything else. He knows he can do better, and he did yesterday, of course, scored. Goalkeeper's out really well there. Well, ambitious there. We did have our own goal similar to that yesterday. A little back header. Ambitious when you're an attacking player. Jakobsen enjoys a step over. Not sure how effective it is on the sand. Kandal. Can't find Salverson. Well, does get a thumbs up from his teammate. Mayog. Shot across and the header, the deflection. It is wide and it is a corner. Got some meaningful pressure onto Norway, Estonia. Raku goes back, will then go forwards. Tabitam, confident with his feet. Bayev goes wide. Raku looks for the shot. There's the shot, it is wide. A bit of a breeze blowing here now, you may be able to hear. From nowhere, Bayev off Jakobsen. Well, it's going to be a yellow card, second one for Norway. Jakobsen the culprit. With the header, it's wide. He's got the height, he just couldn't get the direction on it. stuff. With the shot. Goalkeeper trying to do a wheelbarrow race. There's Salverson there. Remember those low rent sports days? Easily, someone holds your legs while you try and run with your hands. Here's the beach soccer version. Except one participant doesn't want to do it. That was Salverson. Free kick had already been given though for Tavitam. He's just looking to get the ball quickly. So rolls the ball through, bobbles and bounces. The pitch today does appear to be a little bit more, the way it phrased it, a little deeper in terms of the sound than it was yesterday. Just shot wide. Very flat in parts, which is not what you want in beach soccer. You want that deep, soft sand. So that consistency the world over. Salverson with a shot. Good block though in the end. And a block again. Oh, pretty painful there. He's back moving. It's somewhat gingerly then. He couldn't close the shot down. Gasti was taking a knock there. You see him coming off. The skin is on. The overhead, it's not happening now. Thanks for the volley. Good block by Jakobsen. The loop throw in, goalkeeper's out, punches it really solidly. Well, the lesson about his punch yesterday, he was doing it one of the matches. It led to a goal. Well, that was definitely more of the kind of thing he was looking for. And his teammates, of course. Stuff towards Palm. Palm's got time. He can flick it up. He's going to have the shot. He is. Oh, goalkeeper holds on to it really well there. Calais plays a lot of futsal as well. So you've got to be mad to be a goalkeeper or a futsal with the weight of the ball and the power the players get behind it. Definitely got to be mad. Moen Hansen just can't get any power or direction on that header. Really well held by the goalkeeper. Well, you got the feeling Raka was trying to flick it up there for the overhead. It didn't happen. Jalland away with it. On the run, it's difficult to beat players on the sand and keep going, as has been proven. Rebayev. Shout from Norway, but it doesn't go out, so it doesn't really matter. Kandal. Decent effort, isn't it? Wow. Kandal, Rune Kandal. Trials at Sunderland. Look at that, just easy as you like. He's back and strikes through the ball. Started with Bergen in the 11-a-side game. Kandal again, just as pacey as he once was. Chance here though. Oh, it's good save. Well, Kandal did well there. He knew he had to get to it quickly. He just got his toe on it. Flick it with the outside of his foot, and a better save than we first give Tam credit for there, really. Meantime, corners amounted to nothing. Kandal does have the ball again. Turns. Just good strength. A good shot as well. Tam had to be alert. There's the strike up and over. Salverson tries to get the control on a turn on, he can't. Senji just can't keep it down there. Scorer of the first goal. Or the only goal, I should say. Irving Stuff. Well, I think the idea was there, wasn't it? That little combo down the left. Just the execution wasn't quite right. Kandal, or Calais, I should say. Goalkeeper. Well, that's ideally you want, don't you, when the ball goes from your right side, you want to try and rotate it out to the left, and that didn't happen there. And luckily enough for Norway, neither did that header. Really a little bit of a mess of their own making there, Norway. Rushing your touch. And the ball on the same side as they just received it from. The other free kick. Beach soccer, they're all direct, all on the post, but you've missed it. Got to bounce it in front of the goalkeeper and hope to beat him. Well, got to first hit the target before he bounces it in front of the goalkeeper. Palm. So there we have it, end of the period. Being an incident, there's been a penalty. Missed by Estonia. There's been a goal by a player who was AWOL yesterday, shall we say, making his way slowly across Europe to get here, Senja. So it means the score of the break is Estonia 0, Norway 1. Here's your highlights then. Rolled kick off from Estonia. Raka with the early shot. That was overhead kick wide. Senja, the man with the goal. As you mentioned, he wasn't here yesterday. No, he's arrived. He's announced his arrival with a bang. But still a goal. There's the handball. Kandal with it. Too much argument about that. Even Stuff, penalty, plenty of power, wrong direction. Callum with a good save that he loved there, little fist pump. It's overhead kick. As you can see, it's mainly been Estonia. So slightly limited. Norway, maybe 3 good chances. Callum holds it well there. It's in the bar, stroke post. That's a good save from Tam. So you see the 2 Norwegian goalkeepers warming each other up. They're doing what not many goalkeepers do in beach soccer at the moment. Calais, you can see kicking the ball there. Just keeping a clean sheet. There's Norway 1, Estonia 0. Just getting my photograph taken there. Which will appear, I hope they can Photoshop out the sweat. Which will appear in the Beach Soccer magazine. I've written an article about the tough old life of being a beach soccer commentator around the world. And that'll be available in our next edition of the magazine, which you can check out. The latest edition, beachsoccer.com. It's all there. All the goals, all the stats, all the match reports, everything beach soccer. It's all there for you. And if you're new to the sport, by the way, full guide on the rules, and I'll give you a little insight in just a minute as we watch the kickoff go wide from Norway. It's a game of 3/3, not 2 halves, 12 minutes each. Clock stops. the event of free kicks. Free kicks are all direct and unopposed, no matter where they are on the pitch. Unlimited substitutions. You can throw the ball in or kick it in. No offsides. Expect a shot every 30 seconds. Around our average is 9 goals a game. Some of your biggest countries in the world, by the way, are landlocked. Oh, it's a good finish. Well, he got the flick yesterday. They didn't count it. They definitely will this time. Araku with it. Parity is restored, and you get a feeling it was inevitable. It's now Estonia 1, Norway 1. Goalkeeper, straight down the middle, simple as you like. Flicked header. Just needs the slight change of direction. And the first touch for the replacement goalkeeper, Thomas Sanzua, is on the back of the net. Well, there's the equaliser. Well, I said 9 goals a game, a shot every 30 seconds. I'll take that back. We'll have a shot every 10 seconds. It's the man who's top scorer in the tournament. He's now on 5. Jakobsen with the goal. I'll tell you what, Estonia, anything you can do, we can do better. Bang! Big ricochet off the sand. And Jakobsen. There's some daylight between him and the next top scorer, which is Makaronov of Russia. So, they do like to roll it on the floor. Estonia this time to go in for a bit of height. You can see why. Well, that would have been the strangest goal, I think, in beach soccer. Salverson, who was excellent yesterday, would have claimed it. As you mentioned, these two teams, not necessarily landlocked, but from Scandinavian countries, but Estonia do put a lot of resources behind their beach soccer team. People from the federation here. Norway, a little bit more of a homespun affair. Does have some support from the Norwegian FA. Some of your biggest teams in beach soccer are not ones you associate with beaches. The likes of Russia, who are playing, of course, in this tournament. Their game will kick off against Germany at 4:45. Switzerland, completely landlocked. More World Cup finalists. Ukraine, very similar. Kandal, to his goalkeeper. Won the European Beach Soccer League last year, so it's not always the teams you would expect. The ranked number 1 in the world are Portugal. As you expect. Parity was restored with Brazil becoming world champions in the Bahamas. You just kind of feel, don't you, if Brazil aren't world champions, there's something not quite right with the world. In a year that's seen many strange things happen across the globe, it's been the one constant: Brazil winning the World Cup again. That's a great strike. Well, goalkeeper, he didn't manage to get his hands out at all today. He was just watching it as it went wide. Once again, Ariel holds on well. Replacement goalkeeper for Estonia. Stolferson forwards. Too delicate with the header. Good shout for the keeper. Lee. Born in Hong Kong, a man who likes to travel all over the world playing beach soccer. Pops up everywhere. Lots of fans in Thailand. The team go out there and play. No, wasn't particularly to anybody there. He has to. Shots around about half a metre wide. Stuff. Stolferson. Lee. stuff. Flicks it out. Lee will take the throw or the kick, whichever he chooses. Goes for the throw. Well, his coach, he's made it in as well. He was a little bit late due to flights. Lee. Touch wide. Good shot and a good save. And takes it in as well. Estonia not getting too many forward. They're 3 in their own half right now. One more forward to switch in. Parmesan. Stuff. Takes it inside. Left foot shot. Header is away. Rimmel to Palm. Just loops the ball forwards. Could have done with being somebody else looping it forwards and Palm being on the end of it, the size of him. Yes, to the goalkeeper. Stofferson falls over Rimmel. Referee says advantage. Milibayev, captain, just can't beat his man. Tops kindly though to Muskin. Muskin forward. Well, the goalkeeper came a long way there. Didn't get there, but he got away with it. Well, from nowhere. We've had a few of those strange bounces today. But for Estonia there, it bounced in exactly the right direction. Mayog with it. Estonia 2, Norway 2. A drop, just a few centimeters to make it a 5 meters. You watch that. Well, I always feel guilty saying that's your goal, don't you? It's the case that you couldn't get out of the way. Yeah, the strange one seems to have bounced off Salverson before it was drifted wide of the Estonian post that time in the opposite direction. It went the right side of the post if you're Estonian. Way over the top. Senja, first goal scorer for Norway. Mayog. Okay. Looks for the foul. Yeah, the whistle was reasonably late there. The referee had a good think about that. We'll watch again. Again, obstructing on the attempted overhead kick. Can't do that. So Sansoa, his teammate Keller, who was in goal for the first period. He didn't concede a penalty. It was the crossbar that saved him. Can you match him now? And you can see yesterday Estonia scored 3 within 4 minutes. This is their third. They've spread it out a little bit more. Yesterday going to lose 5-3 after being at 3-0 up. Rakuda. This is Sansoa. Will come out on top. Oh, well, it was almost the goalkeeper, but in the end it was Raku. I think it was more of a sigh of relief to smile there. Slipped through the goalkeeper, the sheer pace took it in. Under the goalkeeper there. Difficult for him, he's close to his body. And Raku gives Estonia the lead for the first time in this game. So they've scored a straight and kick off before. Norway, can they do it again? Jakobsen not going for the shot this time. Kristoffersen is, but it's wide. The captain flicks it, goes very quickly, shows a turn of pace there, cuts inside. Well, the foul's not given. Mayok has the shot. Shot again. Norway back in numbers, the four in a tight formation there. Two at the back, just two in front of them in almost like a box formation just to protect that goal. I think with the two teams not being used to these conditions, it being day two as well, you could see things open up a lot in the last period. So the referees there looking on. So it's over the tape, was making it slightly more difficult. Rasmus Muskin steps up, that's a good save, solid hands, and it stays in. And so we're happy with that. There's the flick, and the flick is wide. That's Kind. He's looking at his goalkeeper, he uses his goalkeeper eventually. Sends you with the shot, Remo behind it. Over kick on Raku. Well, on target, I think that was in. Jakobsen. Salvesen. Also with the overhead kick. Well, Lee can't meet it at the far post. So it remains the same. Still only 3 Norway 2. A frenetic pace to this part of the match. Lee treads on the ball there, so it runs loose. Estonia pick it up. Gasti. And there is the finish with a slight deflection off Jakobsen. Estonia now put themselves a little bit clear of Norway. A little bit of daylight between them and their opponents. Estonia 4 Norway 2. Not bad for Eero Kigasti. It's his very first competitive tournament. He's played a few friendlies before this. Nice to score in what you might term a proper match. One where there's something at stake. Rimmel gets behind it, doesn't hang on, but it doesn't matter as he can pick up the rebound. Norway in possession now. Have they got an answer to this? Came from behind yesterday. Well, real knock to the head there. Well, pretty painful that. Leah, our stadium photographer here. We told you a tale yesterday how the equipment didn't arrive at the same time as her. She was putting in, she had to do an entire portfolio of work on a camera film. Didn't work out like that. The line came through. And it's just bang into the side of the head. And yesterday, Tom Kristoffersen, he was concussed quite severely in the game against Serbia, and poor old Jelen there, it's a real knock to the side of the head. So sportingly the ball goes back, Rimmel with it. Kind. The head out of goalkeeper with a decent touch. He had to push it away and he got it well out of harm's way. And Norway, Moen Hansen caught up in the sand. Kandal back. Rowan Hansen. Rimmel. Easy to him, skinned. Lee. Kandal. Rimmel. Lee. So corner it is to Estonia. Sanzoe did not keep it in. Cleared by Jelen. Jelen with a shot. Oh, it's off the bar. How many times are we going to see it hit post and bar? Jelen again. This time it's a foul. Missed the ball. But did not miss the Estonian captain, Miliabayev. He's one of those players who doubles up as a personal trainer. So popular, that profession, with beach soccer players, as you can imagine. He scored 10 goals for his country. He's not made it 11 there. Rimmel, happy to watch that bounce wide. Nimbayev with the overhead. It's a good block though. Kendall with it. For the goalkeeper. Sanzoa. It's up easy for Rimmel. Just watches it all the way in those fluorescent gloves. Chance for Palm. Oh, well. It looked easier to score, didn't it? Palm. No foul, it's just over. Well, he says his ankle there in the process. Rimmel. Doesn't consider a foul, he just lands awkwardly there on the sand. He's asking for the trainer. Well, says he's done. He felt something go in his foot. It looks innocuous, didn't it? It looks like the kind of thing where when it happens to players, if he jumps, watch his right foot, does he twist? Yeah, twists his ankle, doesn't he? Ouch. Always looks more painful in slow motion, doesn't it? And it can do all kinds of damage. There's so many small bones, metatarsals as they're known as, in your foot. There'll be a lot of damage. Very called to be subbed and he's hopping off. That's him. Watch it again. It's not going to get more pleasant. Over he goes. Ouch. So, Tabby Tammy's back on. Not putting that on, is he? Oh, fella, teammates didn't rush over to help him, did they? Off, mate. So Estonia down on their squad. They know how Norway felt yesterday then. Tam. Headers way over. Last 30 seconds from now. Estonia 2 goals to the good. Pretty tight this game. We've led by a single goal on occasion. Estonia finally leading and then easing away. A couple of goals in this period. Well, trying to go for what they call the Olympic goal there. It's going for a corner. I have seen Belgrade do it for Portugal. Check that online, by the way, at beachsoccer.com. It is a very cheeky goal. It's almost the goalkeeper's pointing where his defenders should be and then switches off and Belgrade. Fantastic player for Portugal, just smashes it home. It's Ebsl now. It's been fantastic for Norway in their first game. A little bit quieter today. So there we have it, end of the second period. Score as we head towards the final 12 minutes. Estonia 4, Norway 2. Fixtures for today, by the way. This game immediately followed by Spain against France, 3:30 kick-off local time. Then at 4:45, Russia against Germany. And at 6 o'clock, Czech Republic against the host Serbia. Local time, by the way, GMT +2. Which is Central European time, basically. We've all got mobile phones nowadays, they can tell us. So you'll get a good view of the cheerleaders there. What happens to me at this point is normally their choreographer comes and stands in front of me and videos the cheerleaders. She managed to do it yesterday during the goal as well. So, luckily enough, my highlights are on the screen. I can tell you, Raku scored the simplest of goals with the top knot, little flicked header. And straight away they equalised. Jakobsen now on 5 goals for the tournament, top scorer by 3. Justin. First competitive tournament for him for Estonia. Did go on to score. Lee tested Rimmel. That was pinball goal of the day. Very nearly scored one themselves, no way through Salverson, but it bounced wide. Penalty. Raku under the goalkeeper. Plenty of power. Goalkeeper guessed right, but just couldn't get down quick enough. Save, Norwegian goalkeeper. Two solid keepers today, both with good saves. There was Gigaste, checking out the view. So beachsoccer.com, get all results for the entire schedule of the European Beach Soccer League, by the way. If you're not familiar with the competition, this is the first weekend of the season. We start here in Serbia, we're in Belgrade to be exact. We then move to Portugal, Moscow, Germany, Hungary, and then the super final. Take all those photos she's taking on beachsoccer.com. They'll take one of you right now, right down the camera. Last year's winners for the Ukraine, not playing this weekend. One was up at Portugal, third place of Russia, fourth place Spain. Well, we had shocks yesterday. Russia, they were beaten by France, 4 goals to 2, and it was the same scoreline as Germany beat Spain 4-2. So things turned a little bit on their head, really, in terms of European beach soccer. The surprise could be if that man there, you see just to the right of the screen, just left the picture, Jakobsen. He's on 5 goals at the moment. Could be an unlikely top scorer if he carries on. He's already 3 ahead of the nearest rivals. So toss of a coin happens for the 3rd period to decide who kicks off. And Estonia have won that. There's a strike way over. Jakobsen. To his keeper. Forward quickly with that long diagonal ball. Sinja battles for it. Jakobsen. Easy for Kalla. Kalla forward. Can't find Senja that time. Well, a wave of apology from goalkeeper there, Tam. His best effort. Salverson waits patiently. He's been the man they tried to hit up front all the time. Senja, they hit him there, but oh, that is really well done, and they're back in the game. Jalen with it. Lovely finish on the turn. Salverson again, I mentioned he was the linchpin, he was the man who provided the assist. The header. Just saw Jalen in space. His old flicked header. Made it past the two defenders who made the mistake of closing him rather than one staying and one going. Yeah, Jalen, plenty of space and time to get his turn on, get his finish on. Good awareness there by the Norwegian, both Norwegians. So just a goal in it now. Estonia 4, Norway 3. The Raku picks it up. And the Bayev. Raku. Can't get his volley away though. Does get a shot eventually. Kalla quite happily accepts the ball as it just drops into him and then goes forward towards Salverson. You can see the pattern emerging, can't you? They do look for him. The Norwegian Salverson battles hard and real winner. This time on the American college circuit, which is not always the most skillful, but it's super competitive. And the amount of training they put the players through is pretty amazing. Set up quite nicely for the intensity of a 3-day tournament. So free kick it is to Estonia. Rasmus Muskind from distance. No accuracy. Challenge. Salverson. Well, I think it was a shot. The ricochet from Stuff takes it out. Salverson, well, good line for a second. It may go in. Just poked it out of the air. Tam. Period at this point, it was pretty frenetic. It's a case of Estonia don't want to push forward too much and lose that goal lead. So Norway don't want to go chasing it too much just yet. If they know it's only a goal, they've got to pull back. Jakobsen goes down, doesn't get the foul. Goalkeeper's out, takes the knock time. Luckily enough, the ball ricochets off his gloves to an Estonian player. Man down, I think we will play this out. Has taken a knock there. Also Palm's first competitive tournament. Actually works for a company that will be providing what you're looking at right now, maybe if you're watching on beachsoccer.com. This works for a live streaming company doing sports events in Estonia. Here comes some of the shots. Yalin. Lee. Towards Raku. Gets the control, can't get his turn though. Lauren Hansen can't get to the ball. Emmys Mayo can pick it up. Oh, in the walls today, Jelland. Turn back to the head, now the kick. Clock is stopped, 7 minutes, 16 seconds left. Well, I think it was a case of us going for the shot and missed. Just a bit clumsy. Always coach Johan Salverson there. Managed to make it in today. Or late yesterday after the games anyway. Spain warming up as we wait for this free kick. That's the game immediately to follow this one. It's against France, 3:30 kick-off local time, Central European time. Jelland with the shot. Goalkeeper was thinking about punching it, thinking about catching it, did a bit of both there. Not that effective. Could cause you problems as the ball comes back in. Salverson battles as ever. Gibson with the shot. Backo with the touch. Goes down to the foul not given. Jakobsen just gives him a look. Seems to say, come on. Not happening there. It's Yelland. Can't get around his man. Libayev. Headers wide. Raku. Senja. Tries to beat his man on the sand. Not always advisable that. Not the best pass back to his goalkeeper either. He decides his best option is to sit on it. All came for that bad pass back from Senja. Even stuff from a centre spot. G2 being obstruction rather than a straight out foul. strike. Oh, it's in. Well, did it bounce off the sand or the hand? It doesn't matter. Ervin Stuff restores the 2-goal cushion for Estonia. Well, Estonia 5, Norway 3. Top scorer in the Estonian League showing us why there. Let's watch close here. Does it go off the hand or the sand? I think the sand just before it reaches Calle's hand. Well, with half the period left, we've still got time here in Norway. But it is energy sapping out there. Temperatures over 30 degrees Celsius. Sanjay, the block gives him the throw. Salverson can't control it. He gets the second prize, which is the throw-in. Salverson making sure Tam knew he was there. Nicely done by Jakobsen. Tired looking Norwegians out there at the moment. It's more difficult when you're chasing that game. When we go under that psychological 5-minute barrier. Makes all the difference. There's a shot from Palm. And there is the finish now, and surely that is enough daylight between Estonia and Norway to see them home. Score is now Estonia 6, Norway 3. So Lusti takes the congratulations, makes his way off the sand, gives himself a well-earned breather. Just get all aware that's how Lusti. And eventually the ball makes it across the line after a ricochet or two. Palm hobbling off. So I'd say that. Injured giant. Palm. Estonian doctor. Jakobsen. Interesting. Overhead kick going out for the throw-in. Hansen. Something a lot of people didn't think was physically possible. You had Salverson, two encouraging words there for his team. They've not got a lot to do. They've got a lot to do, I should say, in not a lot of time. So overhead kick wide. Raku loves an overhead kick and not shy to attempt them either. Jakobsen. Raku. Straight to Sandoa. Raku. Can't get it better of Moen Hansen. Looks for the foul, doesn't get it. Means Jelen can move forward with the ball. They need a goal, they need it quickly. Foul was definitely searched for. The referee wasn't going to give it. It's a good block, and again, it's in the head. This time Lee with it. Well, he had a bad head injury yesterday from Tom Christofferson. Today, Jürgen Jelen's taking a knock to the head, and now tackling Lee to complete the set. And they're pleased with all that. Maybe they just like things in threes. So you get the feeling this game is just going to really peter out rather than finish with a bang. Norway are starting to realise they just haven't got enough time to bring it back. There's a shot overhead and it's wide. Gasting. Senja. Trapped, surrounded by two Estonians, has to go backwards towards Jakobsen. Top scorer in this tournament so far, 5 goals. And if nothing else, maybe he could add to his goal tally as a consolation. Ideally, they wanted to score 3. He likes it from long distance, just can't find a gap to get his shot away there. Stop picks the ball up, tries the cheeky chip. Just doesn't dip early enough. Senja. Jakobsen, the first touch was Salverson, who stumbles backwards and is over. Melabayev for his goalkeeper. Senso was out quickly and maybe thinking he could do something with that ball. Just a heavy touch with the chest though. Good take by the goalkeeper, Tam now. Melabayev. Raku, decent header, straight to the goalkeeper now. He's out quickly to Jakobsen. Desperate for that consolation now. Salverson, and there it is. Salverson once again shows his strength. Good turn, good finish. But sadly for Norway, with 1:07 on the clock, it's not going to be enough. Estonia have a 2-goal cushion. Just 67 seconds left to defend it. Combining nicely and good use of the body there. Salverson, good turn, good finish. Well, we promised you 9 goals a game. The beach soccer, we've got 10 in this one, maybe more, there's still time. Okay, rolls it all the way through. Senja. Raku, heavy touch. Jakobsen. Salverson. Bayev. Raku, good block by Salverson. Just shows how determined he is. With seconds remaining and your team 2 goals down. He's still tracking back. There he is at the other end of the pitch. Oh, they're going to get a goal here. Is a gap going to appear? I'm not sure the referee is pointing to there. Inside the area. Yep, it's going to be the penalty. Well, this gets interesting, doesn't it? Very interesting. Look at this. Well, he caught him, but you know, see referees wave play on in those cases sometimes. So Kristoffersen to put some real pressure on Estonia here. Now bear in mind, Norway scored in about 3 or 4 seconds to go yesterday to get an equaliser. And the same in extra time. Yeah, masters at it. But they need this goal here right now just to put that real pressure on Estonia. Those final 24 seconds. Steps up. Oh, it's a good save, and that is it. Tam got down well to his right there. Not always powerful of penalties. Salverson tries the overhead. Kristoffersen frustrated. It's a push there, so it means free kick to Estonia. 13 seconds left, unlucky for Norway. wasn't convincing, was it? It was real side foot. You need someone to stick their foot through the ball and pick the spot and go for it. Tam looks like he'll be playing the rest of this tournament. No time in goal. Rimmel, their other goalkeeper, took a real knock to his ankle, twisted his ankle as he landed, so it looks like he could be out. If the pictures we saw were anything to go by anyway. Here we go. Again, he's got a painful end to it, hasn't it, with 7 seconds left. Salverson do well just to calm himself. No point getting sent off or a ban. Seconds to go and your team's lost, really. Norway guaranteed goals. Yesterday's game was 6-all. 6-4. Make that 7-4. Oh, how a game can change within seconds. Literally flip one way to the other. Penalty missed by Norway. They could have put pressure on for the final few seconds. Fouls committed. And it ends up with Estonia getting a goal to take them 3 goals clear, and it could have just been 1 clear under pressure. Salverson, the last shot in anger or otherwise, I think. Oh, it's off the bar. I was right about the shot. Didn't say headers, did I? So there we have it. It's been a pretty tight game despite the scoreline at the end. Norway have led in it. Estonia have drawn level. Estonia have led. Yeah, Norway missing a penalty with 24 seconds to go. That would have put them in a goal of Estonia. And within seconds of that, Estonia